Hello, good morning, everybody. So today we are going to discuss about the snapshots that you have in cloud. So snapshots are basically automatically run in the background anytime you create a deployment. So let's open one deployment, for example, this one. And here you have the snapshots button tab, which is giving you an idea. So as you can see, there have been a snapshot 15 minutes ago, and the next one is in 15 minutes. This is something which is managed nowadays, not anymore in cloud directly, but you have a view here. This is managed in Kibana itself with the snapshot lifecycle management. So when you open your instance here, you can see all the snapshot that has been run. As you can see, every 30 minutes we have a snapshot running. This is done by default. You have nothing to do actually. And when you want to restore something, for example, you want to restore this snapshot because you did maybe something stupid, which happened to me sometime, like removing an index and oh, damn, I need to restore something. Then don't be afraid, you have a backup somewhere and you can just restore this one and select the indices that you want to restore. If you look at the repositories here, you have the default repository, which is created for you by cloud automatically. Of course, if you are deploying that manually and you don't use cloud, you will have to create yourself this repository. Here it is using the same cloud provider where your instance is actually running. So here I'm running on Google Cloud. So I'm using the Google Cloud Storage repository. If you look at the details of the repository, you have all the snapshots here which are available. There is some policies behind this, and this is where you set the schedule. So for example, here for this repository, which is also created by default by cloud, you can see that it's running every 30 minutes. So you can modify that if you need to, but be careful with that. Everything is made here with good defaults. So if you need to change, proceed with caution as it's written here in the yellow text. So you can change the schedule, for example, if you want to run only every day or so, why not? And then just go next and save that, and you will be good to go. By default, we only remove the snapshot after 3 days, not before that. And we keep up to 100 snapshots online. So you can change that if you need more and more snapshots if you wish. So with that said, what's one thing you can do when you want to create a new deployment? It's actually to create a new deployment based on an existing snapshot. So let's say here I have this my old deployment available, which is running this old version, the 7.17 version. And what I want to do is to actually test that I'm able to upgrade my cluster in production before doing that in production. So I can create a new deployment. Here, let's say my new deployment. And what you have to do for now, because this is kind of a bug here, you need to select the same major version your old cluster is running. In the future, this bug will be fixed, so you will be able to restore directly in the new version, but for now, you need to do that. So here I'm selecting this version, and instead of creating the deployment, you have to click here on the Restore Snapshot Data. And what you can see here is that I can restore from my old deployment, and I can use the latest successful snapshot that we had. So you can do that. You can also change the settings. For example, here you want only one zone. And here I don't want to have the integration server and enterprise search, so I can just do that. So let's create the deployment and let it run in the background. So this is started. So the cluster is going to be created, and then the restore operation is going to happen. I did not show you, but in my old deployment, here I had, where is that? Here. I had already some sample data, and those are the data that I want to get back with the upgrade. So if I go here, so I have this sample data logs, which is part of the sample data that you have in Kibana by default. And here I have that number of documents. So I would expect that I have that when my new cluster is created. So while this is running, we are going to do something else. Actually, you can also use your own repository in your cloud instance if you wish. So let's say, for example, I have this other deployment, which is this one, my new deployment in Paris. So this one is running in Azure, and this is running in Paris, close where I'm living. So I'm running this version. So let's open this one. And one of the things you want maybe to do is to actually restore from another deployment, which is running in another cloud provider. So I have already a snapshot and existing data in GCP using a Google Cloud Storage. And what I want to do is to be able to restore that data in this deployment, which is running in Azure. So let's have a look at the documentation about what you have to do. So when you want to add a Google Cloud Storage repository, you need to create a bucket. So I have done already that. Let me show you that here. So in here, I have this Elastic Daily Bytes bucket with the configuration. This is running in Belgium and whatever. And then what you will need to do is to create the service authentication part. So for that, you have to go here in Cloud Platform, go into the service accounts here, go to your Elastic Daily Bytes and add a key. So I'm going to generate a key here, a new key as a JSON document, and I'm going to save that on my laptop. Okay. So I have that somewhere on my laptop. I'm just going to do the copy paste that I need from that. Here we go. And now what you need to do is in your deployment here, you need to change some of the settings. So go to the security part here, and we need to add a setting to the Elasticsearch key store where we are going to provide this JSON document that we saw. So here I'm pasting that information. So this is coming from the Google Cloud Console. And here, the value, the settings I want to add is the GCS. Let me paste that here. The setting name is GCS client. This is the name of the client we are going to refer to. And we are using these credential files to add the settings. So let's save that. And we have that now. So now what we can do is to go to the deployments, open Kibana, and I need to zoom in. Go to the management part, stack management, snapshot and restore, and we can add here a new repository. Register the Google Cloud Storage repository that we want to use. Let's call that Elastic Daily, why not? Here, the client will be demo, and the bucket name is, oops, not this one, is the Elastic Daily Bytes that we saw here. And I'm going to make that read-only because I don't want to backup. I just want to read information. I can verify the repository. Everything is okay. So I'm done with that. So I have two snapshots available in this repository. This one, for example. And if I want to, I can just restore the data. Here, I just want to restore this person index in this new cluster. So basically with that, I'm able to move the data from an existing snapshot running in another cloud provider, whatever the cloud provider is, and restore that to another cloud instance running within another cloud provider. So this is super handy. So the job is happening. So let's have a look at the other one that we created previously. So the deployment should be okay. So the new deployment that we created from the snapshot is here. So it's available now. If we open it, we should have the data that we are looking for. Let's go to the stack management part. index management. Yes, so I have my Kibana sample data logs. And now that I'm happy with that, I can run the upgrade assistant, for example. And if I'm happy with the result, then I can do the actual upgrade. So I think I'm running out of time for for this demo. So I hope that you understood that with the cloud by default, you have a lot of backups already available for you. You can play with that around and be safe. If anything goes wrong with your data, you can always restore your data by default. Have a good day. Goodbye.